chains down. I gave you prophecy, my first one, then you lame down.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Ajayi. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 51.
Here's Ajayi. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. This is Ajayi. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Stephon Tuitt came out at Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Antonio Brown. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, Bradford looking left side, and he's got him in. That's James. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Bradford. Over the middle, complete. It's James. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, if he's got it.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Bradford on 2nd down. James has got it. Complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. 3rd and short yardage. Bradford. This is Bell on the dump off. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Being chased out left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Push left, push left.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with 3rd down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Right back to him on first down. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Shotgun. 14, front it.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. First down, Seahawks, Wilson to Baldwin.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey. Shotgun. Four down. Shot it.
Throwing is Wilson. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
This is Carson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Brandon Carr there to make the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Come on, let's go. Hey, four down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. This offense, 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Wilson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Bradford now to throw on first down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Bradford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
We got 4. Tempo. 14.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
12. Let's go, 14.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
A 2nd down throw for Bradford. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Bradford. Now a hit, and the ball comes out. Bradford's lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He won't go down. Very good return that time. 18 yards. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And this is a spot late in the clock, near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
4 down, 4 down.
Right, move 15. Front it. Zebra. 19.
It's a party now.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. This is caught inside the 15. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7.
Hey, 4 down.
Check 50.
Watch safety creep.
They run with a Ajayi. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Keep working, baby.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Strong right. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Big jumbo.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and goal.
Shine it.
4 down. Even. Check 9.
They'll try to run with Ajayi. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. On the return is Juju Smith-Schuster. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Bradford, pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Bradford. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, Bradford. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Bradford now. A screen to Bell. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Bradford. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. To give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
We'll see what they have up their sleeve.
14. Zebra.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. Space to maneuver at the 40. But a catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
19.
They'll toss it out to Carson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Let's go, 14. Cut. 380.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right, and that'll be incomplete.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Well, close game, 2nd half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
1st down, Bradford. Over the middle, complete. That's James. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
There we go. Stop right there. Stop right there.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. On 3rd down, Bradford goes underneath for Bell. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20.
14.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Escaping the pressure right. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
His throw incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Gotta go, gotta go. Zebra.
Banjo.
Saturday. Tempo.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
18. Go. Run it.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Zebra.
Here's Wilson to throw again. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Lucky 56.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Oh, no, he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
4 down, 4 down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Zebra. 14.
Throwing is Wilson. Flushed out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
19. Gun.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now a 2nd down throw for Bradford. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Bradford now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. A give to Bell. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Again, it's Bell. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Bradford. And that is incomplete. Right there in coverage, the veteran Cam Chancellor.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Now it's Lockett. Oh, good footwork on the spin. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And out now come the Seahawks. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Zebra.
Play action. Now Wilson out to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
14. You got 4. Gun. 51. Shotgun. 51. Check 50.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. And he comes back with one complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Let's go 14. Gun.
Back to throw. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Throwing here, Bradford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch 81, fellas. Watch 81.
Here's Bradford. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And they, in fact, will throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a solid run down inside the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
The Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Bell. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Steelers, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a boss right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the know the leader. Getting out while I'm on the. She's a keeper. Them play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros. Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut, Mayday. Bubbles and these models it's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle of my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I feel like a boss right now. Talk to the man right now. Oh yeah. Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now. Oh yeah. Shorty oughta been my me. Oh yeah. She love me in the gray sweatpants. You never I left. Yeah. Feeling like a boss, I done made it. Get so like a spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. There's no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I woke up and
Getting paid for, never take a loss on my head stall. take a